It looks just behind him. They do a bit of a twitch. You're allowed to do once, but you can't do it twice.
We want to see him on the top step of the podium, and Brian desperately trying to keep his KTM off.
He's on the back of that group. That's the best he's going to achieve there. So here we go, Peter. Once 3 times, etc. They come towards turn 1. It's going to be Uriarte.
Green stuff there as he chases Morelli away from the first corner.
And of course, him and Morelli came to blows. One of the main overtaking spots. Brian, you got something in hand on Veda apparently, but where is it? Leading the way. Veda up the inside of Christian Daniel once again, so his lead was rather short-lived.
Yeah, and they broke
back in Sachsenring, didn't they? And look at the gap then with the chasers. They are on it. He's ahead of you. You got to make that move to extend that lead in the championship, but he's got so...
Look at away, the group is broken away. Yaroslav Karpushin is back there in 6th.
Are gonna catch them, I think, Peter. It was 6/10 of a... So many other riders to contend with. This is absolutely cracking. 7 riders up for the win here.
Place, and that's the rest of the field. I wonder if these leading group of 5 are going to hang on to it.
Gonzalez had a second as they come across the first intermediate split there, so I think that's it. The lead.
Yeah, Marco Morelli's down in 6th place in the cup chase. He's not in the battle. It's down to Veda.
Big twitch to the front end then.
He did, didn't he? He collected that up just in time to turn it right.
Leading pack have been caught officially. Fastest rider on track is that rider there, number 7 of Benyat.
And Brian Uriarte.
Veda goes into the lead, Peter. What a move on the exit of turn 3.
He did. He lost a little bit of ground, but I think it could have been a lot worse.
Karpushin's absolutely Fernandez.
And of course, that group of 5 punches a big hole in the air, and that drags the other guy. He was slower in, got a superb drive out, and Brian has gone with him. You see, being quick and slow out, really
on it, isn't he? He got a podium last time out in Sachsenring. He's got Danish for company just behind him.
Into the slipstream very effectively. So it's Brian Uriarte who takes up the lead from Veda Pratama. Ruined it for Morelli, who's dropped back from 1st to 3rd place.
Christian Daniel looking up the inside, but Morelli's so... And the chase begins. They're 1 second off David Gonzalez at the line. So heavy on the brakes, and it's really steep downhill into turn 4 there. You can see the rear wheel. Oh, late on the brakes, quite sideways as well there. So it is. Wow, it's going to be... We're going to come across the intermediate, second intermediate now, near enough, or on the exit. But Uriarte is just popping off the ground momentarily. As they now come into the... Potentially 1-2 in the championship, 1-2 in the race, Peter. Here we go. We're headed towards the exit of this corner. We'll see whether that gap is coming down or not. But the leading quintet, if they pass a sweeping section, is Guillaume Plonk, first rider to have a long lap penalty. Tunnel sector, Morelli still in 3rd position. Daniel hanging it fast around the outside. They want to just have a race of their own. It's in their best interest just to absolutely pin it, because they've got leading track limits. He's in 20th spot at the moment. That'll move him down, likely to last. Tyres screaming, give me more grip, I need it. Here we go.
Yeah, and it is now. It's
Karpushin and Danish hot on their tails.
And if you saw the orange tape come off one of the right, and as you were talking about, you know, using up your tyres too much, these Pirellis are really superb. Tama that leads over Brian Uriarte, but you know that Marco Morelli's going to have something to say. But pulled off one of the bikes there, and another bit lying on the road. That is the tape that they have on the radiator at the tyres. They do drop off. The performance does fade away slightly, but it's very, very predictable. So that in the last 2 corners, just 2 corners. This is where Brian Uriarte took the lead last year. He's doing it on the start of the race. As the temperature rises, the riders can pull the tape off and give them full cooling. The guys can feel what's happening, and usually doesn't give them any nasty surprises. It's right this time instead of under the braking, but he goes into the corner. Oh! No, but it's Brian Uriarte. He's perfect.
There is Benyat Fernandez then. He was the fastest rider on track last time around at 0.2 of a second.
Brian Uriarte that leads, but up the inside now it's David Gonzalez there on the number 11 position, and Pratama's offline. If Brian makes it perfect through this corner, he's going to win it. Make
quicker than your leader Christian Daniel, so he could well be a threat later.
Into 2nd place.
I think I saw Christian Daniel pushing Marco Morelli rather wide there.
Get a double here at Spielberg. Brian Uriarte hangs on to the lead.
In the race, but what's for certain is these front 5 riders are just out towards the penultimate turn. And there we have the weaving riders trying to avoid the other riders.
I think it may have been Alejandro Fernandez as well. I saw the pink helmet. Anyway, we'll see. I'm sure we'll get the information.
Absolutely drilling it. They're not interested in a big pack race. They want to have one of their own. He's catching too much of a slipstream. Morelli up the inside of Daniel again, just slots it there, goes a little bit wide.
Soon, but it is Brian Iriarte who has the advantage. They go down the hill. Yeah, that's right. And Brian Iriarte and Veda Pratama are well able to drag
onto the green then, so he might himself have a track limits warning, but they have officially been caught by the others.
Pushing in a superb second place, but Joel Pons, he never has any luck. This group away from the rest of the field, but that isn't happening at the moment. It's three abreast on the brakes.
So they've now got car pushing on their tail, car pushing moving up the inside, potentially, certainly of Morelli, but also
he's one of the fallers, and Brian Iriarte already touching the green stuff. He's got to watch that. The 54.
Oh, and Christian Daniel, the last on the brakes there, just lets them off a little bit later than everybody else. He's going to potentially Daniel as well, not quite, as we see Morelli get pushed wide now by Benyat Fernandez.
Of course, it's Veda Pratama up into third place, a very close third place as well.
So three riders down at the first. They go across track limits though on the exit of that, which is the risk you run as they come now down, moving up the inside. Danish side by side with Morelli in the background too.
So
turn Agustinelli, and that was nearly a couple of other riders down there. That was car pushing and Pratama, wasn't it?
That's right.
Towards 2A and 2B. Veda wants to go up the inside there again, but Christian Daniel just so late on the brakes, isn't it?
Iriarte leads from Gonzalez. I wonder now if Gonzalez has got Veda. There was really not room for that Veda to go up the inside of Carpucci.
Goodness me, and that was a bit of an example there. He slightly rushed the corner, but I don't think he sacrificed his...
With the fellow Spanish one, if the two Spanish can make a break for it, they've got the slightest advantage, but he tried it, they got away with it. Anyway, it still is Brian Iriarte that leads. Carpucci looking for a way up the end.
Drive too much there on this big hill climb up towards turn 3.
And I think he dragged Veda Pratama on over Veda Pratama in third place.
But they were half a second slower last time around than car.
So there is no possibility there. Brian Iriarte cuts across his nose very nicely and holds on to the lead. To the green with him there at turn 1. But there's the chasing pack, including Benyat Fernandez, and they are closing.
Pushing Peter, the Yugoslavian rider, Kyrgyzstani rider, sorry. Well then, so three riders down at the first turn. Agustinelli was the other one down with Fernandez, as you rightly pointed out, Peter.
And they're visibly closer now. You don't need to see the too much about the timing screens, because you can see. Yeah, look at this stuff, side by side, and hard on the brakes.
With Pons, they come across the line there to complete lap 1. It will be Iriarte from car pushing, from Pratama, Thompson.
They are closing in.
And this is the danger. You know, Iriarte, Pratama, they do not want